Joining us now is Georgia Republican Governor Brian Kemp. Governor, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, glad to be with you.
So let's start with an election where neither candidate is very popular, and many voters may be choosing to avoid politics altogether because of the extreme divisions. How does either candidate appeal to voters in a critical state like Georgia at this stage in the race? And what do you expect people to walk away from tonight's debate with?
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see what happens tonight, and who knows what they're going to walk away with. I do think there's a great opportunity, though, for former President Trump to make the case that the American people and the citizens of our state here in Georgia can't afford another 4 years of Joe Biden. Now, obviously, Joe Biden's going to try to distract the former president from doing that, and that'll be fascinating to watch.
Former President Donald Trump continues to deny his 2020 loss to President Biden without evidence, and the integrity of the election process continued to be challenged on both sides. What lessons have you learned from the past election, and how can you convince skeptical voters now that they can trust the process?
Well, I can speak for the state of Georgia. I mean, we passed one of the strongest elections integrity laws in the country, and we're going to have a secure, accessible, fair election in the state, just like we did in 2022 when I got reelected, and just like we did in our primaries just a few weeks ago. But, you know, I don't think people need to be focused, including the former president, on the past or looking in the rearview mirror. I think he's got a great opportunity to state the case, talk about the issues that people are worried about today. That's what I'm hearing from people. I'm hearing from them every day when they go to the grocery store, every day when they go to the gas pump, every day when they're paying their rent, and they're looking at the disaster at the southern border and other things. And those are the issues that people care about. And I think if Donald Trump stays focused on those and talks about the future and why he's going to make things better than they are right now, in this debate tonight, he's going to have a really good night. I think if he gets distracted and goes down rabbit holes of the past, you know, it's going to be really tough for swing voters to move his way.
Trump's Fulton County election interference case has been littered with delays. Of course, calls for the removal of District Attorney Fani Willis and appears to be on track to remain stalled beyond the election. What do you think of how the prosecutor's office is handling the case against the former president?
Well, I got to be very careful about what I say here because I was subpoenaed as a witness in that case, but I will just tell you on behalf of myself and a lot of other Georgians that I hear from, they feel like that case has been very political, just like the case in New York is. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think the American people, for the most part, are worried about that. They are focused on pocketbook issues and other serious issues in our state.
You said you did not vote for former President Trump in the Georgia primary, but still would support his ticket for the general election. Explain that. Why, if he didn't earn your vote for the first time, would you vote for him in the general? What's the difference?
Well, listen, when the primary got here, there weren't any candidates left but him, so it didn't really matter. But this race is about the future. I said a long time before the race was ever decided that I was going to support the nominee, whoever he or she was, as I've always done. It's important for us to win the state of Georgia. I'm not worried about, you know, past grievances that the former president may have been mad at me about. This is about the future of our country. This is about making Georgians' lives better. And I just personally believe that the Republican agenda will do a better job of that than we've seen out of Joe Biden and his administration. And so that's why I'm working very hard on the ground to hold our legislative majorities here in Georgia in the House and the Senate. It's also why I'm helping a lot of great U.S. Senate candidates around the country to help Republicans win back the Senate and certainly hold the House. And that goes for helping the top of the ticket here as well with our get out the vote efforts and other things that we're doing with our leadership committee and working with, you know, our team on the ground here in Georgia.
Governor Kemp, we thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.